and welcome to NAM Events interview session. Today's interview session is with a beautiful lady that has a fun-loving personality. She's a dedicated, hardworking mother, single mom, raising her cute daughter. She's got many talents. She helps our country, serving military duties once a month, nursing duties. She's very popular in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York area, and out of the country, covering all areas in the music territory. I want you to welcome Ms. Tanqueray Hayward.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Miss Kimmie.
Hello, Tanqueray. I want to say thank you for participating in this talk and share session.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. A lot of good things are happening to you in your life right now. The universe is talking to you with great blessings.
Yes. I just found out even last night that I'm the new artist of the year. So that was pretty exciting. To one of the companies called Soul Tracks, that they play a lot of independent artists, so that was pretty exciting to find that out. And it was crazy because I actually came home and took a nap yesterday, and so I woke up and I got all these messages. I'm like, what is going on? And people telling me congratulations. I'm like, well, congratulations for what? Then I finally saw the email and I'm like, oh my God, I won, so I'm like, wow.
That's right. I want, and before we jump into the about the soul being the winner, I'm going to get the title right. You're the winner of the New Artist of the Year,
Yes.
the Soul Tracks Readers' Choice Awards. That's a great honor. Can you let everyone know what Soul Tracks is actually about? The readers a little more about it. Just elaborate.
Yeah. So Soul Tracks, and I just learned about the organization, but they are very heavy on just giving people information about what's out in regards to music. They put stories out about the songs that's out there, and so my producer had kind of reached out to them and said, hey, how I have an artist, how can I get her stuff out there? So they told him what needed to be done. So my first song came out, and so they listened to it and they put a story out on it, nice little paragraph on the song, which was nice. And then a month later I came out with This Kind of Love, and typically they don't go back to back on artists, but they love the song so much, they went on ahead and did it. And so it was interesting. I had the guy that usually writes all the materials, name is Chris. And so I wanted to kind of just give him like a little thank you. So I sent him a copy of my Christmas song, just to tell him thank you, just something for him to add to his collection. He said, well, how about I write about it? I'm like, I wasn't expecting that, but
right?
Put a story out on it when it came out on Thanksgiving. So I was really appreciative of that. And so I knew about the contest. The contest started about a month or so ago. So tried to get all my fans out to, make sure they vote for me, so they came through for me. So I was really, really excited.
Very excited. And you know what? I'm going to also say a happy birthday to you, because you just celebrated your birthday. Another blessing, and you did a nice jam session on social media for the world.
Oh, we had a ball. People are still talking about it. It was just fun. I don't do lives often, so it was just nice. And that was my first time doing something for my birthday. I've never done anything for my birthday. So I was just sitting at home and I was like, you know what? I don't have any plans. You know what? I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna see if the guys is available, and I'm gonna just do a concert. So I'm glad I did it. It was great. I had fun the whole day. It was nice.
Yeah, you look like you were enjoying yourself and looking all pretty up there.
Thank you.
Center of attention, a queen.
The Queen of Philadelphia. That's right.
Tanqueray, I have a question to ask you. How long have you been singing? How long have you been singing?
I have been singing since I was 5 years old.
Oh,
that's as far as I can remember. Now, my first solo came in church. I was 7. I sang a song called "He's Still Working on Me," and Yeah, and so I knew then I wanted to be the next Whitney Houston. So it's kind of how it went, you know.
So you're saying at okay 5, and then like at 7, you did it in the church, and you felt it right then that.
I knew, like, when I did that solo, I knew I was like I want to do this, you know. And
Mhm.
I was a very outgoing kid, and I wasn't shy at all, and I see that in my daughter, like, totally.
Mhm.
um I don't remember as far as like 3 and 4, but she definitely reminds me of myself, like just very athletic, will try anything, and then not only try it but good at it. And but I just knew I wanted to be Whitney Houston, so that was my dream. I wanted to be Whitney.
All right, and she's definitely a beautiful queen to follow in the footsteps of with her beautiful
Oh,
voice.
yes, yes, yes. I mean, there's just nobody, there will be nobody like her.
Let me ask you, so since you knew at a very early age that this was your purpose and you felt real connected to singing, like, you know, in church and out in the public at an early age, um,
Hmm.
going through the years, do you ever feel like now that was there a point where you ever felt like you wanted to just maybe stop, or you just got frustrated? And if you did, what made you get motivated? What inspired you to not, do it permanently, just to stay there in a stuck spot?
um I think when well, actually, I wanted to be an Olympic runner, especially through high school. So I got a track scholarship. I went to Louisiana State University. And so, I was hoping to be like the next Jackie Joyner Kersee, of some sorts. And so it's interesting how, like, in my yearbook, people were saying, oh my God, you're going to be a famous singer or you're going to be an Olympic runner. So I did not make that running. I just run my mouth. That's about it. But the singing piece, stayed. So, um, listening to people though, just say stuff like, you know, being Whitney Houston is like 1 in a million chance. You might as well. You need to pursue a career.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that. Got into the medical field. And I mean, I enjoyed it. I found something that I really like to do, and especially with helping people. And then I even found myself like singing to my patients, So it was like music never left me. I was always musical. And, besides working in healthcare, I was just, singing in church, because that's what I was used to doing. So
Yeah.
I would just, sing. And I mean, I would do some funerals here and there. Um, but as far as like what really got me even started with music, like on a more professional level, a friend of mine had a birthday party and it was a jam session. He had a live band and he invited like all these local artists. So he said, I want you to come. I mean, Jaguar Wright was there, Lady Alma was there. And so, there was quite a few, like, big wigs like from Philly, so I was excited to, be able to go up on stage and do my thing. And so my friend's name was Mr. So I sang Mr. from The Color Purple when Suge Avery was in the juke joint,
All right. Yeah.
you know. So I sang that. And so people were like, oh my God, who are you? Where are you from? Da, 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 And so from there, started networking with the musicians. And so whenever they needed a vocalist, I would come out. And that's actually how I kind of got my footing
Right.
around in the city. And so I was at an event and there was a bass player named Cedric Napoleon. He was subbing for another bass player.
Yeah.
So him and his wife was there and they heard me sing. And so they pulled me to the side and said, hey, I'm doing some stuff. We would love to have you join us and, because we need a vocalist. So I said, sure. So I started singing, with Cedric and he would perform at Warm Daddies. And so management was looking at me like, okay, you've been here a couple times. You've been singing like 2 songs. We feel as though you could do a lot more than that. And we feel as though you could do a whole weekend. And I'm like, what?
Now, is this Cedric of Pieces of a Dream?
Yeah, he's one of the founding members of Pieces of a
Oh,
Dream. Yep.
that's
Hmm.
right. Oh, great bass player. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had my first weekend at Warm Daddies, February 2015. But actually, a couple months prior to that, though, in December on New Year's Eve, Kelsey's from Kelsey in Atlantic City.
Yes.
I actually had like my first concert ever at Kelsey's on New Year's Eve in 2014. So he let me kind of open up and kind of, bring the New Year's Eve vibe in and kind of get everybody ready for, whoever was coming on at 10 o'clock. So that was just a great experience. And then from there, I had Warm Daddies a couple months later. And then that was all she wrote. And so I really started enjoying it. And then I was like, well, my work is starting to get in the way of this.
That's right.
So I think I'm going to have to.
That's how you became Queen of Philadelphia. They started pulling you.
I felt like I had to go because I was working at Pennsylvania Hospital. And working in a hospital, you work nights, you work weekends, so a lot of weekends, which is when, most events are. Sometimes I'm leaving events, changing in the car just to get to work because I work third shift,
Wow.
or I couldn't switch with anybody. So finally I just said, you know what, I'm going to leave and see what happens. And so I had a little part-time job and it was just me and I was just doing my thing and, just performing. And then not long after that, maybe about 5 months or so after that, I found out I was having my daughter. So then I said, okay, I'm gonna have to put all this on hold. I'm gonna have to quit, and, so that was one side of me. And then the other side is like, nah, you keep going, you and the baby, y'all will be fine. So, I kept going and still going.
I know, and you're a hardworking mama, hardworking lady, but you know what? It pays all off. And look at you. You're just like that full blossoming right now at this point in your life.
I'm telling you, I would have never thought that, honestly, that I would even have music out now. So, I mean, I know with the pandemic, a lot of people lost their lives and, just a lot of people, just even people that's still recovering from this virus. Like, it's just been so many changes. That wasn't so great, but then there were a lot of things that did happen. People started businesses. I came out with music. So I honestly believe that if, COVID wasn't around, I probably would still be busy, just performing and just kind of doing what I was doing and not really focusing on the music. And so the interesting thing was I started getting the followers, but I never had the music. And so now I have the music, which is great, and I'm getting more followers. So I'm grateful for what this pandemic was able to do for me in regards to getting the music out.
Since you sing, do you play any instruments? Have you ever?
I dabble with the keys. Like I can play by ear, but not enough yet that that I would perform. But that's something that's in the works. So I might surprise you one day.
All right, like that. I like
start
that.
Playing.
Yeah, I figured that. I would just ask you because I was like, I wonder if she plays any instruments. Are you getting over there trying to play some drums or guitar?
I have, and I have, like, that's one, actually the drums is one of my favorites as well. And I remember, because I was a part of a wedding band and I hiked up my dress and we were messing around playing and they looked at me like,
what you do?
Let me find out, I mean, I'm not that great, but I do like it. So I would love to, see my daughter play the drums. That would be pretty cool. I love to see women play the drums.
All right. Well, speaking of your daughter, Miss Ray, does she ever sing with you?
Oh, God, yes. Now, it depends on her mood. Like, sometimes she's right there with me, and then sometimes she don't want to hear nothing. She don't want to hear me. But she's actually one of the main ones when I was, performing. I would play different songs for her on YouTube, and she would tell me yes or no if she liked the song, if she didn't like a song, which is interesting. So I knew if she liked the song, she wants to hear it over and over and over again. And one of them was Phil Collins' "Take Me Home." That was one of my favorites, and I started playing it in the car. And she actually liked it. And, I would hear her singing it. And so she has like a little hand in, the stuff that
Great.
I actually do. And then in regards to my music, I think now she's kind of like, well, I just want to hear my mommy stuff. So she'll ask me, can you play this kind of love? Can you play the Christmas song?
Great.
So yeah.
You
But
know,
she's definitely musically inclined. Like, seriously, she is.
I know we're moving around a little bit, but that's all good because we're just going with the flow of the conversation here. And since you brought up the fact of being creative, and that's what I really admire about you, Tanqueray, that during this year 2020, which has definitely been a life-changing year, you found the time to stay creative. And and I admire that. I really do. To put out the songs that you have now. Can you share some of the names of the musicians working with you? Because you have some talented people there. We heard some, good sounds coming off the behind your voice there.
Okay, so the producer's name is T.L. Scheider. He's actually the brother of Gary Scheider from Parliament Funkadelic. So he was the guy that wore the diaper on stage.
Okay.
So his younger brother. So actually, TL did all the music. But what happened was, once the songs were done, it's kind of like, well, you know what? We want a live feel, and so I reached out to, some guys that, I work with just to kind of bring just a different feel to the music, and I'm a live performer, so that's what I'm used to. Not to say that I have anything against, like the drum machines and all of that, but a live feel does make the difference. So with this kind of love, like, again, there was already drums on there, but wanted another feel. So I asked Tim Hudson to do it, gave him the track. So the track was basically done and he came up with what he played. So nobody told him anything. He just used his God-given talent to do that. And it just made the song that much better because the original drums don't sound nowhere like that. It's a big difference. And that what makes the song, because you hear, the drums really, really make the song. In regards to the Christmas song, I wanted guitar. When we worked on that track, and that track literally came from scratch. Like, we came into the studio with nothing. And so where the other songs, the tracks were already made. And so, I was there for the whole process. He would be playing something. I'm like, nope, that ain't it. Nope. Try it again.
You know what
So,
you
yeah. And so as I was listening, once we finally, he finally got it together, I said, you know what? I want a guitar, and I want like an electric guitar. Like, I want a guitar. And so was able to get my good friend Richard Tucker, and he just gave him the track and he just flowed with it. So, it's just amazing just how God just uses people, and they're just naturally gifted. And I just love it, just to see people in their element, and they made those songs like just even better. So I'm appreciative.
Yeah. Yes, there are some very, very talented musicians, working with you, and that's a blessing, to have that and to get what you want. I heard the Christmas song, and it's great. I love it. It's Christmas, and it's different. But when you put
Yeah.
it together, like you said, with the guitar sound in that particular Christmas song, it stands out. So
Yeah, and
everyone,
I don't think anybody would expect it,
no, I heard it and I love it. I love it.
And then Ray's on there, so she's so excited. She had her little part.
Yeah, she's in there and in the video, making a little star out of your daughter there.
Yeah, and she's on the cover, so she's in the song and she's on the cover, so you can't tell her nothing now. She just,
Okay. She's gonna follow in her mama's footsteps, the queen.
we'll see. We'll see.
What are your thoughts, Tanqueray, about this year? For yourself, what has it really taught you with everything going on in the world today? And as a singer, what has it really taught you? How do you feel right now, and as far as going into the, for the future?
It has taught me to really live within my means because, again, I lost a lot of my income due to not being able to perform. So I had to find creative ways to do things with my daughter, because we typically would go out, we would do a lot of things together. And so that just did not happen this year. So I still had to make that happen. And I just learned how to, hold on to my money a whole lot more. Because again, I get events now here and there. It's not as consistent, again, because of COVID.
Mhm.
And just spending time with my daughter more, because again, always busy, and then she's with the sitter on weekends, and so a lot of times, as soon as I have something available, we're always going out. But we spent a lot of time together, which was, it was interesting. From March to July, it was I think we both was about tired of each other after a while. But just spending more time though, and again, just managing my money and just getting the necessities, and so it was, because again, it's like I just felt, and then I really felt bad for those who, just didn't have any other type of means. At least I have a part-time job. So, I mean, there's musicians that totally live 100% off of, what they make. So,
Exactly.
it just taught me how to appreciate things even more, even just with life in general, because I've seen a lot of people who lost loved ones this year.
Yes.
And so it just really made me just appreciate, people even more.
Yes. And I know when we do open up officially, is there any one particular place you would like to get in to perform right away? Because I'll tell you, we at NAM Events, we definitely want you to come perform for us. We can't wait.
I'm ready. My passport is ready. I'm ready to go over to the UK. And
okay.
they have, I'm telling you, they have showed me so much love over there. And like, I'm ready to get out of the city. Like, I paid my dues. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start touring. I'm ready to just move about and just travel. And now, having my own music. And, of course, I definitely would, love to come back to Philly. But, I definitely want to travel.
I can see you're ready. And you know what? It's in like this year has been, like you said, a year of self-reflecting. And, it gives you a whole totally different perspective. And, so once things do open up, the excitement and just being refreshed and ready for new things to come into your life, and especially for you right now, I know that it's just going to be amazing for you. And to meet some new people, connecting, because after a while, we're going to probably be like, where's Tanqueray at? Well, you got to go over there to the UK. She's got a tour going on over here and one over here.
I mean, even, even across the U.S., I want to be able to just travel and just perform all over the country. Like, I'm ready to be out.
That's right. You got to follow that. And you know what? When you feel it like that, you have to go with it. So trust me, you're going to receive all of that, the blessings. They're going to continue to keep coming to you, because you're a very beautiful, talented lady. And know there are a lot of musicians that would love to be playing with you on your world tour.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I love my Philly guys, so they got first priority. Philly just has such great talent. So if I could take them with me, they're coming. I'm bringing my Philly crew.
Well, again, we appreciate you here in the United States, in the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, tri-state area, just appreciate you sharing your talent, your voice. I want you, to let everyone know where they can connect with you on social media. Everyone needs to follow.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. So on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I am at MSTQ Music. I couldn't use Tanqueray because of the gin company, and I don't want them to sue me for what little I have, so MSTQ Music, Miss TQ. That actually came from one of my Navy buddies. She said, Tanqueray is too much to say, so I'm going to call you TQ. So I put a Miss in front of it. So Miss TQ.
Miss TQ Music. I love it.
Yep, Miss TQ Music. And yeah, so it was really catchy. And then even my license plate has Miss TQ. So I'll get phone calls. I know that was you. You're the only Miss TQ I know, driving by. So it just stuck. So yeah.
All right. So we can connect with you, Miss TQ, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all your music is on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon,
Yes,
all the digital streaming platforms.
Google Music. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, everyone, you heard it. The queen herself, Miss TQ Music.
The Queen of Philadelphia.
That's right. If you're not following the Queen of Philadelphia, you need to follow her, okay? So you can keep up with her virtual concerts and her upcoming projects coming out. And next year, so there's going to be a lot of surprises. Tanqueray, I want to say.
Yes, the album is.
Okay, no, go ahead.
I'm sorry. The album will be out in March. It is called Definition of a Woman. It is like, Tanqueray's autobiography and song. I cannot wait for it to come out. I'm just excited. It's been long overdue. So I just can't wait. So I'm gonna make sure I have copies like.
Give us that title one more time. Give us that title of the album.
Sure. Definition of a Woman.
All right. I love it. That's it.
Because when you have reached that pivotal moment as a female, like, I'm a woman now. And so I'm gonna talk about it all. I'm singing about it all.
Let the world know your experience, because you know what? Your experience can help someone to be encouraged. Yeah. That's right. Yep. And so, Tanqueray, I want to say thank you so much on behalf of NAM Events for taking the time out to do this interview session.
Yes, and again, thank you for having me. The Queen appreciates all the love.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I love your energy, I tell you. And like I said, again, at NAM Events, we look forward to having you come to perform for us.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Again, my name is Miss Kimmie, and on behalf of NAM Events, this will conclude the interview session. Ms. Tanqueray, thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's Friday night, and I can't wait to get with you. I'm getting dressed so you can have